Hi everyone! I thought I'm gonna show you today this Monstera leaf painting process. We painted this leaf with my students on my Patreon. So we can start by mixing up the colors, and I would like to start with by mixing the underlayer color. So that is the color that you can see shining through the main green, so sort of more on a highlighted area. So that would be the bluish green and the very fresh green that's on the edges, and blue is more where the highlights are towards the midrib. So I'm using the same pigments, that would be Arlene yellow, Fallow blue and Senilia red, and just by changing the quantity of each I create different variations of green. So the first two mixes are for the underlayer and the third one is the main leaf color. So first layer, we're going to be painting section by section, but right now avoid any kind of detail and only focus on locking those two colors that you want to shine through the main leaf color. So that would be the blue color that is in more highlighted areas and fresh green that is towards the ends of each section. When you paint wet into wet, you want to avoid painting two shapes next to each other. So I jump an area and paint away from the one I just painted so that I can allow the first part to dry. If you paint next to it, the water will flow into the damp surface and disturb all your settling glazes. So you always want to avoid it. So I'm not focusing on any detail just yet. You can see me just locking those two main colors and lifting out the highlights. It's very hard to go lighter in watercolors, so you always want to preserve your highlights from the very beginning. You can always go darker, but it's much harder to go lighter. So now you can see how I'm painting every other section just to allow the first ones to dry. And I always smooth out the ends, you can see, because that is the part that will join the section that is still white, and I don't want to have any hard edges once those two sections meet. So I feather away the end so that I will do the exact same thing with the other section, and then hopefully the ends will blend in nicely without leaving a clear line, because the midrib doesn't go all the way to the end, it kind of stops without reaching the end of the leaf. So we're gonna do now the same thing on the other side. And once we finished with locking those two underlayer colors, we're gonna start painting with the main leaf color with a little bit more detail this time. Just in case it wasn't obvious, I forgot to mention that we are painting wet on wet. So wet on wet means that I wet the area with clean water first before I apply the color. So now that the underlayer and the first layer is done, we go back to the beginning and we will be painting in the same principle we did before. So every other section at a time, we wet the area first and then apply the color. So now I'm going to be painting with my third mix and the third mix only. And I focus in building that saturation and covering most of the areas and at the same time preserving all my highlights. So once I apply the color with clean damp brush, I lift off some paint. And then while the area is damp, I can still add more color. And just as we did the first time, with clean damp brush, I feather away those ends of each section so that we avoid hard edges later. Now you can see I'm trying to build more texture and more detail, so in order to avoid the sleeve to look a solid color and to have life, we must preserve as many highlights as we are able to notice and see on our reference. I grow this plant at home, and in reality this leaf is very dark, and so we will need to build up this tonal value with more layers, which we're gonna do after we finish with this one. So layer 2 is done, and now we're not going to be painting with wet on wet anymore. Now I'll be painting wet on dry, meaning I don't wet the paper first before applying color. So I apply color on dry paper and I soften and smooth away watermarks or the edges of each glaze with clean down brush. And now I'm focusing on even a smaller detail. So now at this stage my focus is on building the tonal value and creating more contrast and capturing more detail. So you can see me painting around the veins and around the highlights and making sure that my darks are dark and the color is saturated as it should be or as much as I want it to be. So now I'm gonna be using all three colors that I have mixed. So before I'm gonna continue with each section, I'll quickly paint in those ends of the leaf with our first fresh green mix, because this color is only on those ends. And then I go back to the top and I continue paint section by section. When you paint wet on dry, the pigment dries much faster, so you don't necessarily need to paint every other section. Now I can paint just from the top all the way down because the color dries much faster and I don't risk disturbing the glaze unless I put a lot of wet pigment. Now we can paint in the veins and the midrib before we continue with our last stage of the painting. So last stage is dry brush, and for that I'm using my smallest brush, number 0. The last stage is where I perfect things and I dry brush my entire subject with tiny brush strokes, making it appear very smooth so that all the glazes and all the layers that we have put on would connect and would have a smooth transitions from lighter to darker, from one color to the other. So tiny brush strokes, entire surface, and I just go and smooth all the areas. In the meantime, I use this opportunity to darken things and maybe put a last detail that I have missed, because now I really put my focus onto the smallest area at a time and I am really able to see the smallest of the details. I perfect all my lines, all the edges. Just basically imagine as if you would put a filter on your selfie. So the main thing is done. All you want to do is to appear smooth and perfect. This is my favorite technique. I could spend hours doing that. I just love to see how the object becomes this very smooth and unified, neat thing. And so all we have to do is put a little bit more shape on the midrib, again with the smallest brush, just applying a little shadow on one side so that it does not look flat. That's it. So now do the same thing on the other side and the leaf is done. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.